that intro got my attention. Hey, good to be here, everybody. Welcome to Hit the Track. We're back again. We'd like to say we do this every Friday, but we don't. Sometimes Tom goes camping. Sometimes he goes to the Phillies games. So yeah, but it's good to be back. I'm your host, Scott the Steamroller Steehn, with hitthepick.com. Joined as always by my pal Tom Macrina, aka WryCape, and we got a very special guest today. It is WKF Cody. What's going on, Cody?
Not much. Just here to talk a little bit of NASCAR. I'm excited as always for another week of racing.
Absolutely. And WKF, by the way, stands for We Know Fantasy. Cody, tell us a little bit about We Know Fantasy.
Yeah, so we've got a website, weknowfantasy.com. Lots of golf content on there. Nate, my partner, he does a lot of golf. He knows golf in and out, so there's a ton of content there. We also have a Discord channel as well, where we talk all different kinds of things. Once again, mostly golf, but we do have a NASCAR channel on there. We've got, I think there's a soccer channel on there as well, and tennis. So we talk kind of a couple of obscure sports, but yeah, we like to keep it fresh. And yeah, I love doing the NASCAR side of it. It's a lot of fun.
Very nice. So you're WKF Cody. Is he NKG Nate for Nate Knows Golf?
No, he's actually WKF Nate. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense also. Okay. All right. So it's good to be here. We're anxious to get your thoughts on this race. And we're going to one of my least favorite tracks. It just seems so boring up there. It's Michigan International Speedway in Brooklyn, Michigan, 2-mile track, 200 laps. Tom, this is the second most boring track, only behind Pocono. Tell me why I'm wrong.
I just don't want you to hate on Pocono. But
I know it's right up there in your backyard, right?
Yeah. I don't dislike Pocono. I don't dislike Michigan. I am kind of upset that the Xfinity cars aren't running on here because they should run on here well. But yeah, it's a pretty boring race.
It's not a lot going on, but we'll talk about it because you know what, that they're still going to be firing it up, and that trophy still looks nice even if it's at Michigan. So I'm sure there's people that love Michigan. By the way, this is the FireKeepers Casino 400. Been to FireKeepers?
Kind of funny,
huh?
So it's a FireKeepers Casino 400.
Yes, sir.
So Caesars will not write FireKeepers Casino. They make it the Michigan 400.
Where they won't write the name of another casino?
Correct.
Yeah, because everybody's getting Caesars and FireKeepers confused.
Yeah.
See why they'd be worried about that. Good Lord, Caesars. All right. So yeah, it's a kind of a late race. Starts at 5:30 p.m. there in the afternoon. So are they going to be?
No. It's
run that under lights?
No, they don't have lights in Michigan. It's supposed to start at 2:00. From my understanding, they're thinking of pushing it up because it's supposed to rain and they're going to Mexico next week.
Why did you write 5:30 p.m. Eastern on my cheat sheet? Oh, because that's the time of the show.
Yeah, yes.
Jesus. Okay. So yes, it's 2:00 on Amazon Prime. Possibly going to be moved up. All right, very good. So we didn't do a show last week. As you mentioned, you had to go see the Phillies get manhandled. And most of those runs were early, right? Like you just sat there on your own.
Yeah, I was there the whole game. I was there the whole game.
All right, but it was over early. It wasn't like one of those.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was yes.
I had two baseball teams yesterday. Both had three run leads. Both lost. Not happy. And I had Oklahoma City. So yeah, everybody just crapped on my bets all day long. They just couldn't hold it. So all right. So let's talk about this Michigan race, shall we? Well, let's talk about last week because this is the easiest thing to do because we didn't do a show, so you can tell everybody what you did. And I know you're not making it up. You went 3-1.
Yeah, I posted in the Discord.
The Discord, that's right. You had Byron top 5, right?
I did.
Osivar top 10.
Correct.
And Logano over Briscoe. All those were nice plus money plays. Plus 135, plus 140, plus 145. So that's that's getting it done right there, buddy. Very nice. So as we mentioned,
Hold on, Cody had the winner.
oh, Cody had the winner. What'd you have, Cody? Who won last week?
Ryan Blaney, hit him at 8-1, so that was nice. And I also had a head-to-head Cody Ware over JJ Yaley, so that was interesting. I did play that. It was -110. What the heck, and it hit. So
you got to go pretty far down the sheet for that matchup, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They usually don't put him on. He had the Fanatics car, Yaley, so that's why the casinos were pushing it.
Nice. Very nicely done indeed. Cody does know fantasy, so I'm just saying. Nicely done. So now I'm really anxious to get your thoughts, Tom. It's amazing how little I tend to watch the races more when we've done a show, just to see how all the bets are going and everything. Like last week, I forgot to watch, so I will be watching at least part of Michigan anyway.
Well, Nashville wasn't that entertaining either, so.
What is it in Nashville? Like a mile and a quarter? Is it something?
Mile and a half.
I thought it was like a weird length or something. It's not. It's just a new. How long have they been running in Nashville? A couple 3 years.
Yeah, I think this is their 4th year.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. So Tom, tell us a little bit about this speedway. It's just 2 miles. What's the banking on it?
I don't know.
Okay, well,
it's
wide.
Tom. It's wide.
It's wide.
It is. So you could run the top up against the fence here, where a lot of places you can't. I think that helps guys like Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick. But it's fast, so it's the closest thing to a super speedway without being a super speedway.
Right, because it's kind of that weird distance. It's 2 miles. It's not a mile and a half. It's not 2.5.
It's D-shaped.
It's what?
An oval D.
I don't think that's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's either a D or an oval.
It's an oval D.
Okay. Cody, what are your thoughts on this track?
Yeah, you're gonna see, like Tom said. It's going to be as close to a super speedway as you can get without being a super speedway. You're going to see the draft come into play a little bit down the long straightaways. If you're not in line, you're going to get passed. So you want to be able to be in that dominant line down the straightaways and then kind of try to fan out and find some clean air in the corners to make your moves.
Very nice. Very nice.
There's no tire wear. So it's, the only action that's going to happen is somebody hitting somebody driving too fast, trying to get around somewhere that you can't get. But there's a lot of space, so you can really go wherever you want. That's why it's a snoozer.
Yeah, they're not mixing it up. There's no argy-bargy. They're just running. So, all right, okay. But they don't. It's not a plate race though. They only run.
No, unfortunately, they're using the intermediate package. But yeah, if they, that would be nice.
Now, what's an intermediate package?
I don't know specifically, but it's what they use on the 1.5 miles. They use it at Dover.
So they use like 3 different packages. They use a super speedway package, an intermediate package, and then a short track package. Okay. Man, learn something new every day. First, I learned you can have an oval D, so that's very important to learn right there. All right, Cody, who won this one last year, and how did you do? Did you have the winner?
Oh boy, last year at Michigan. That's a good question.
Okay,
I actually know the answer to that. That was Tyler Reddick.
Okay,
and it broke a streak of 9 consecutive wins by Ford.
Wow. Okay.
This is Ford's home track. So they get hyped up. All the Ford drivers, let's go. We're going to win this. We can't lose. We're Ford, Michigan.
Yeah, it's kind of up there. It's sort of like a little bit out in the sticks. It's like between Detroit and Ann Arbor, and it's not too far from Toledo and all that. It's not really, I bet there's a lot of trees around there is what I'm saying.
I think it's like an hour drive from Detroit.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right. So Larson is the favorite here with this one. He is plus 500. Denny Hamlin's plus 600. Ryan Blaney 7. William Byron 8. And Tyler Reddick, last year's winner, as we talked about, plus 800 as well. Tom, let's talk about who you're taking a look at this week. Who you like?
Yeah, so I'm probably going to stay away from those the favorites, really.
Okay.
There is one guy lower that you mentioned that I like. Kyle Larson, I don't know. He didn't do well last week. I actually had him in one of my fantasy things, and he sucked for me. So I expected him to do well. We were talking earlier how he used to dominate this track with Chip Ganassi back in the day, but he hasn't done anything to show me that I want to pay that price for him. But a guy I do like is actually in the same camp as him, and that is William Byron. No, I'm not a Byron. Christopher Bell, Toyota. So he's third in the NASCAR point standings. He has 3 wins this season: Atlanta, Circuit of the Americas, Phoenix. He won the All-Star race. He has 10 top 10 finishes, 6 top 5s in 14 races. He's consistent. He's shown that he's at speed. He doesn't have great history here, which is kind of a problem. His best result, 3 times he came in 13th place. He was 10th place in Nashville. He did have a incident restarting, which I think shows that he could be good even messing up. Joe Gibbs Racing, they have 8 Cup Series wins here in Michigan. I think his team's going to be prepared. As I said, he's won 3 races. I think it's time for him to win another one.
Okay, so that's a bold pick right there. He's run this track 6 times, and like you said, no wins, no top 5s, no top 10s. Top finish is 13th. So you go, boy.
I like him for. I think I took him top 5 all the way up, laddered him. So I took a unit for top 5, top 3, and an outright.
Okay. All right. Very good. As they say in horse racing, you bet him across the board, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Well, what are you looking at here? Who you got? Cody?
Well, I agree with the Kyle Larson bit. He was here, really good here back in his Chip Ganassi days. So he's in arguably, well, not arguably, for sure, better equipment now with Team Hendrick. So I think he could definitely get the job done. I'm probably not touching him for now. If he comes out tomorrow on Saturday and pops off, top 10, 15, 20 lap averages in practice, then I would definitely consider it. The guy that I like the most, though, is Denny Hamlin. Once again, he's up there in the favorites as well. He's got the best average finish at this track in the next gen era, average finish of 5th. So I think he could get the job done as well here. And then if we're looking a little bit deeper,
let me talk about Hamlin real quick. He does have wins here. Denny Hamlin, he's a good one. He may have just had a baby. We don't know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we don't know.
I mean, they haven't made it public. But last week he was on baby watch.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But yeah, Denny Hamlin, I feel like it's the same way as Kyle Larson. I don't know that I want to pay that price.
Yeah, he's kind of a hot hand right now, though, too. He ran really well at Nashville last week. I think he finished 2nd or 3rd in that race last week.
Yeah, and he was a leader for a while.
Yeah, he led quite a few laps in stage 1. And, he's just been really good lately. So that's why I would be more on Hamlin than I am on Larson right now.
Okay. All right. Very solid. Tom, who else you looking at? I know you like to look down the card. Who else you looking at there? It's going to be.
Yeah, so I like Chris Buescher, top Ford. I found him at plus 650 on Rivers. He has a strong record here in Michigan. He actually won this race back in 2023, led 52 laps, held off Martin Truex. It was a really great finish in that race. It's about as good as a Michigan race as there has been. 2024, he finished 6th. He has a 7.7 average finish in his last 3 starts here. He's been good. He's quietly been good. Nobody's been talking about him. So I think on his past success in Michigan, his consistency at the track, I think he's going to be a strong contender. I see a lot of value here. I'm also going to take him outright because he needs a win. He doesn't have a win.
Yeah, Busher is actually who I was going to bring up there next as my guy looking down the sheet a little bit further. You mentioned this is a home race for Ford. Ford likes to bring their best stuff to this track, and right now Busher has had the best results of any of the Fords at this track. You mentioned his 7.7 average finish. That's actually second best to Denny Hamlin in the next gen era. So he's definitely a solid pick. I am looking at him probably more for a top 10, maybe top 5 bet, but a little splash on a win wouldn't be a bad idea in my opinion.
Plus 2,200, baby. That'll buy some pizza.
Yeah, he also could qualify well. So he's a guy, if you like him, you want to try to take him now. I know the Penske guys are going to be good, but yeah, he's someone you want to take before practice and qualifying, just because he may have a good qualifier.
Now, and Cody brought this up earlier, and you did there, Tom. I want to talk real quick, just for people that may be tuning in that maybe are a little new to NASCAR betting. Tom, I'll start with you. What do you look at as far as qualifying, as far as practice times? Does that play a big role into deciding who you want to bet on?
Yeah, to a degree. So I'm looking for guys. I want to see who's good on the long run and who's good on the short run. And then I want to feel like how many caution flags we're going to see, what kind of pit stops they have, la-di-da, la-di-da. And that's how I figure out who I want to bet on afterwards when I look at the numbers, see if we have value on it. But yeah, I think practice times are more important than qualifying, at least to me. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for who's good on the short run and who's good on the long run. Long run, if it's a lot of green flags, then they're going to be good. Short run guys, when there's a restart, they're going to be good.
Right.
And when you're looking at Michigan, you're looking at a track that, in my opinion, you're probably going to see a lot of long runs. I don't see a ton of cautions that are going to happen at this race. So, yeah, I agree. I'm looking at guys who are progressively getting better as their practice goes on. So, say earlier in the run, they're 8th fastest, and then their 10-lap average, they're 5th, and then their 30-lap average, they're 2nd. You know, guys that are climbing the board on speed rather than falling off over that long run. That's what I really look at in practice times. And qualifying, not super important. There's plenty of time in this race to work your way from the back to the front. So I don't take a whole lot of stock in that, but practice speeds are big.
All right.
Yeah. See, with that, I don't know. Trends say that when you start in the front, you do better at this track. And I guess that's just because there's not a lot of passing here. But yeah, I look at practice more than qualifying.
Okay. All right. That's fascinating. Very good. And of course, that's one of the disadvantages of doing the show when we do, because you don't get to see a lot of practice runs before the show. So you're throwing out some drivers that you like just based on initial numbers and past results and things like that. But you will refine and hone your card once you see practice and qualifying and it gets closer to race time, right, guys?
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like to add like 3 or 4 after practice and qualifying.
All right. Tom, who else you looking at?
All right. So I was saying earlier that Ford has won the 9 consecutive before last year.
Mm-hmm.
Ford is a home track. I actually like it. Just the price is crazy. Like really every week that Ford is always the big underdog. So Ford is plus 280 to win. So we need any Ford to win. I think Penske's going to be strong here. I think RFK is going to be strong here. Josh Berry could be strong here. So we have a lot of outs.
Okay. All right. So you like Ford to win at plus 240, you said 260?
280.
280. 280.
Yeah,
Very good.
Hold on. I know where that is. ESPN bet.
Okay. All right, very solid. Cody, what are you looking at? You looking at any matchup props? Looking at any manufacturers props? What do you zeroed in on besides who's winning?
Well, I talked up Denny Hamlin earlier. If he were to falter, I kind of like Bubba Wallace at top Toyota. He hasn't necessarily gotten the finishes here at Michigan, but he has run well. So if he's able to put a whole race together, and I'm sure I didn't look specifically at the odds for that yet, but I'm sure you'd be able to get a pretty decent number on Bubba Wallace top Toyota. So I'd be looking there. And then I mentioned earlier that I hit on that Cody Ware over JJ Yaley. If they're going to throw that prop out there again, I'll bet it again because JJ Yaley hasn't finished better than Cody Ware all season, and they rarely even finish on the same lap. So if they put those back marker props out again, absolutely, I'm going to hammer those.
Bubba Wallace plus 900 to be top Toyota, by the way.
Yeah, I like Bubba Wallace too. I was looking at him. I want to see what he does after practice and qualifying. We may get a better number. But he usually has a fast car. He has a good pit crew.
Okay. All right, very good. Any other things you're looking at, Tom?
Yeah, so I have a group bet on DraftKings. This is Suarez to win Group F. This is going to be found on Caesars. He's up against Cindric, Gragson, and Allmendinger. Gragson, I'm just going to throw out. He has a poor Michigan history. He's in lesser equipment. Allmendinger, he has the experience, but Colleague has just been average. Cindric could be a threat. He's in strong equipment with Penske. He does have decent history at this track, but we're getting 60 cents better with Daniel Suarez. Trackhouse has been fast. Suarez is good at certain tracks, and this is one of them. Also, the Mexico races next week. So I think he wants to have a strong race before going back to his home country. I think he's going to be popular. He's going to be popular with the fans next week. He's going to be popular with the bettors next week. He's going to run well in this race. So Daniel Suarez to win Group F. Yeah, that's on Caesars at plus 260 for Cindric, Gragson, and Allmendinger.
Okay. All right. Very solid. Anything else?
No, that's it for Cup.
Okay. Cody, what are you looking at? Anything we haven't touched on yet?
No, that's about all I've got as well. I mean, I'll just touch on that. Daniel Suarez, I do like that one, and I agree. I think Cindric's the big threat there. AJ Allmendinger, you remember he did get kind of that penalty last week, tinkering with the car between, what was it, between practice and qualifying or before qualifying, something like that. So yeah, I think he may fall off a little bit this week and not be much of a threat. So I like the Suarez pick there.
Okay, very good. And we've got no Xfinity. We've got trucks, but we don't have odds yet, right?
Yeah, but I got a few guys I'm looking at.
Okay.
So Carson Hocevar's in this race, Ross Chastain's in this race, and Corey LaJoie is in this race. So I want to say 3 Cup guys, even though Corey LaJoie isn't a full-time Cup guy anymore. So that's going to bring our numbers. We're going to get better numbers for our regular truck guys. A guy I was looking at was Lane Riggs for top 5, just because he's been consistently a top 5 driver. This has been a top 5 team. So I expect when the numbers open up that we're going to get a good price on his top 5. And then I have a play. I'm going to take Carson Hocevar to win this truck race, and I'm going to parlay with him to win the Cup race. My guy Piz told me. Shout out to Piz, Gold Mine.
Very nice. So it's so what you're saying is when you have like the Cup guys that are racing in the truck races, it'll tend to skew the odds and provide a little more value with like Frankie Muniz if you wanted to bet Malcolm.
Yeah.
All right. Cody, you got anything cooked up for trucks?
I agree. I like Hocevar, and then I'd also look at Lane Riggs' teammate Chandler Smith. I like him a lot as well. He's got a lot of truck experience. Hasn't quite been running as well as Lane Riggs lately, but because of that, you may be able to get a better number on a guy like Chandler Smith.
I think he practiced good too. Yeah, he was fourth at practice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very solid. And Tom, now we'll talk about the time. Although maybe you're doing better, but this is it was kind of a sore spot for the first few weeks here. Let's talk about your fantasy league, and you're in a fantasy league with Cody, right?
Yes. All right. So here's the good thing.
Okay.
That I started late, so when I was banning the other ones, I didn't burn any guys.
Oh, nice.
But yeah,
good. I think you started like week 5 or something like that. So yeah, you were a little behind the 8 ball to get started.
So this is your one and done. So you can only use each driver one time throughout the season. Tom, who you got here? Is it Hocevar?
I may use Hocevar. I don't know. I'm not going to choose until after the practice and qualifying happens because I want to see how these cars are. Last week I had Ross Chastain, and I guess he was all right, but he didn't do well enough. I'm just hoping to sneak up somewhere higher than where I am. I'm pretty far back.
Okay, all right. That makes for a pretty dynamic fantasy segment, by the way. Tom, who are you going to take? I don't know yet. Okay, we're moving on.
I might use a guy like William Byron, just someone who's good. Just I need points. Chris Boucher, I might take. I need points. I don't even need the guy to win. I just need points. Win a couple stages.
I usually wait to pick as well, but I'm strongly leaning towards Bubba Wallace. I think that's probably going to be my guy this weekend.
Was he driving a truck?
No. This is for the Cup race.
Oh, for the Cup race. Okay. Oh, for your fantasy. Okay.
Yep.
I got you.
See, I already used Bubba Wallace.
You already used Bubba Wallace?
Yeah.
Where'd you use him?
I forget. I used him a while ago, and he didn't do good.
That was so funny, man. When the first couple of weeks you were just like, I did not do well.
It was brutal. I got like 0 points 3 weeks in a row. That's how I started out.
Not ideal. Not ideal.
Not at all.
All right. So anything else you want to touch on before we get out of here? Start with you, Tommy.
No, I guess just enjoy the races. Hitthepick.com. You can tell them about that. Sunday morning, I do a show with Dan Kaiser. It's about 10 minutes. I talk about these bets, whether I still like them, don't like them. And then I give out whatever I like on Sunday morning before the race. Hopefully, this race time doesn't get changed because then I'm going to be shell shocked.
You're not going to get up at 8 o'clock to do the show?
No, and I'm not going to wake up at 8 o'clock to put my bets in either.
Fair. All right, Cody, and any final thoughts? Any last minute tips you want to share with anybody?
No, I can't say so. I just want to say though, excited to watch another Amazon Prime broadcast. Those guys have been killing it this year. Yeah. So it should be, despite the race possibly being boring, I think the guys in the booth will be able to keep it a little exciting.
Who's in the booth for Amazon Prime?
It's Dale Jr., Steve Letarte, and Adam Alexander are the main guys. And then they also have Carl Edwards and Corey LaJoy on there as well. So they got a lot of good, recent racers. So
all the races should be on Amazon.
I agree. They're doing a great job.
It's camera works great. They're not cutting out like when something happens. Yeah, right. Amazon does a good job.
Now, do they get all the terrible races like they get all the terrible football games?
Okay, all right. We didn't talk about this. So this week starts the challenge. So it's a tournament. What's going to happen is for the next 3 races, we're going to have seeding. So your finishing position is going to put you into 32 seeds. And then it's like a bracket, like an NCAA bracket.
Okay.
So every week you got to beat the guy you're up against. You move on. And then we do this until we have a winner. Winner wins $1 million.
But they only do it for 3 weeks?
No, the 3 weeks are the
to determine
like
seeding.
To seed the tournament. Yeah.
I got you.
And then the actual tournament starts.
And does it last for the rest of the year or like up until the playoffs?
Yeah, I think it goes till the playoffs start.
Okay. Let me ask you, Tom, I don't think we ever talked about this. Do you like the new format? And I knew it's been around 15 years now probably, but the playoff format, do you like that?
I don't hate it. It's confusing. But yeah, I don't have a problem with it. The stages are kind of, I'm not a fan of. They could get rid of that and still offer stage points instead of having a stage caution. But otherwise, I think it's fine. Win a couple races at the end of the season if you want to be the champion. But you have to do well enough to get into the playoffs in the first place.
Right.
So
yeah, you got to get hot at the right time is really all it is. So.
And it's, and I got to be honest, when the playoff format first came out, I didn't really like it. I kind of thought you were kind of ripping the guys off that it maybe led the entire season in points and dominated and everything like that. But the more I started thinking about it, it's kind of the way that any other playoff is. Like, in the NHL, you've got 2 number 3 seeds right now playing for the cup. And just because you had the best record during the regular season doesn't really mean anything. So yeah, I'm growing. It's growing on me.
Yeah, you get your points too for like being the regular season winner. You get bonus points, playoff points. So
yeah, but I mean, it doesn't matter once the playoffs start, right?
It does because you have playoff points, but you're the number 1 seed.
Yeah, you get a point. You get a point advantage, but one bad race, and if everybody else performs well, it can put you in trouble.
Yeah, you got to win races in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's super helpful for sure. All right, very good. And Tom, you touched on it a little bit, but make sure we can. They're going to race next week in Mexico City.
They are.
Mexico City, huh? What track is that down there? How long is it? Is it a literal bull ring?
No, it's a
road course.
It's a road course.
Oh, it's a road course.
We have a bunch of road courses coming up.
How many are there? I mean, you got Chicago, Watkins Glen,
Circuit of Americas.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
That happened already, but
Yeah.
Sonoma.
Yep.
Yeah.
Charlotte has a road course too. We got a bunch coming up.
You guys fans of road courses?
No.
No.
I'll just say no.
Good. I love Watkins Glen.
Do you?
Yeah.
Does Boris Said still run?
Either last year or the year before he did.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah. I like the elevation and Watkins Glen is a fun one. I'm going to get up there one time.
Where's it? Is it upstate New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This year it's a playoff race.
Oh wow. Okay. That should be fun. All right, very good. All right, let's get out of here. Tommy, where can we find you at?
Yep. You can find me at WryCape on all social media. Hitthepick.com. Make sure you check it out. You can find me in the Discord. I'm giving out plays all over the place. Trying to win.
Giving out plays like it was candy on Halloween night, man.
Pretty much. Yeah, we have a soccer tournament coming up soon, so I'll be into that. I'm doing well in NBA, but that's ending. Baseball, I'm doing better, but
okay. All right now. Cody, what about you? Where can we find you at?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter or X at WKF Cody. Send me a DM if you want into our Discord, our We Know Fantasy Discord. I got a link that I can send out for that. That's where I put all my picks, all my NASCAR stuff is on there. I don't really post very much on X other than updates for the one and done fantasy pool. But yeah, check that out. Check out WeKnowFantasy.com. If you want golf content, that's definitely the place to go. And we do a lot of football in football season too. So definitely check that out.
You know,
it's great. It's great for golf. I'm telling you, man.
Golf has some really nice payouts.
It does if you hit the right guy.
Yeah, you hit the right guy in the right week, man. It can make your season for sure. That's the great thing about golf, man. As my dad used to say when we go fishing, if you're not going to be catching them, you might as well not be catching big ones. So that's the kind of the way with golf, man. If you're not going to win anyway, you might as well take a spin with one of those guys that are back there at plus 2,500, plus 3,000.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff. So, all right, and of course, don't forget to check out hitthepick.com. Great specials going on over there right now, including $25. Your capper of your choice for the next 30 days. So, hell of a deal. Every pick, and when you are prolific like Tom, you could be getting all kinds of different sports. You don't even know what you're going to get when you sign up for Tom. You could be getting soccer. You could be getting NASCAR. So yeah, just make sure you get over there and sign up at hitthepick.com.
No NASCAR over there yet.
What's that?
No NASCAR over there yet.
That's right.
Once there is, NASCAR.
All right.
But yeah, I do some of these weird soccer leagues, and
nice.
If we have an option for it, I'm at least looking into it, seeing what it is.
No wonder you don't have time to watch TV or movies. You're checking out all these different sports, man.
I do.
All right, very good, Cody. Hey, thanks for being with us, man. We appreciate it. Thanks for
guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks and sharing your fantasy thoughts. Don't forget to check him out at WKF Cody on all the major socials and the Discord as well. And where can we find you, WryCape?
At WryCape, everywhere.
Okay, and same thing. If they want to join the Discord over there at hitthepick.com, how do they do that, buddy?
Send me a message. My DMs are always open, but there's probably links all over the place.
Just slide into
Tom's just let DMs. Me know. I'll let you in.
All right, very good. All right, guys, thanks very much for being here. Looking forward to it. Should be a fun race up there in Michigan, and the next week we go to Mexico City, baby, and run a little road course. So that'll be excellent as well. So thanks everybody for joining us, especially if you stopped in live, man. We appreciate that. And if you watch this later, thanks very much. And remember, we do this each and every week, he said, with quotes around it. Each and every week, we do this show at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you stop by, make it part of your Friday afternoon routine. Check out Hit the Track. All right, for Tom and for Cody, my name is Scott Steehn. Thanks very much for joining us today, guys, and we'll see you next week. Good luck in Michigan. And Tom, what are we going to do?
Let's catch some tickets.
There you go, baby. Take care, guys.